Well, hello all. My name's David, and you are welcome to David's Birdroom. Come on in. So, we'll take you outside and let you see what's been happening in the outdoor aviaries here in David's Birdroom. Come on with me. So now in the outdoor flights here at David's Birdroom, what have we got? If you can remember in here, I had started off with all my mealy redpolls, my lesser redpolls, and at the beginning of the season, the mealy redpolls, they were bad. Most of all my mealy redpolls on the first round, they messed around big time. As soon as they laid eggs, full eggs, not a problem. As soon as the eggs started to hatch, they threw them all out of the nest. Eggs, young ones, everything. I was blaming the cockbirds, took the cockbirds away, but it was actually the hens was chucking them all out. I do believe that at the very beginning of the year, the birds were just in too good a form. They weren't settled down and ready for breeding. They were probably getting too much of sort of high rich food, and they were bouncing mad, they were jumping, they were full of life, full of energy, and weren't ready to settle down and bring up a family. But they did settle down. I cut back all the rich foods, all I have, and they got sort of nearly like a mixed seed. They got such small amounts of egg food, a wee bit of greens, not too much. They did settle down. Yes, they started to rear the young ones. So I do have young mealy redpolls reared and on the perch from different hens. So I was glad for that. My Siskins that I had indoors started off really well. They actually were the first to go down, build nests, lay eggs. There were 6 pair, there were 3 pair reared my young ones, there were 3 pair I didn't get anything off. They laid, they messed about, they did that, and they just didn't settle. I got to the point that they sort of went off the boil inside the main room. So then I brought them out here, and I've continued on and breeding Siskins in the outdoor flights, and they seem to have settled down better. And I've got a few young Siskins on the perch. So I've got some nice normals. There's a couple of nice brown pastels. And I think one of the brown pastels actually is an ivory brown pastel, because I know the father was a brown pastel and he was an ivory carrier, because I had a hen from him last year and she was an ivory hen. So I know he was an ivory carrier. But one of the young birds this year, they had 2 young ones in the nest. Both of them were brown pastels. Both of them were brown pastels, sorry. Both of them were brown pastels. One of them was a very pale looking colour compared to the other. And it's turning out, it actually looks like one of them will be a hen, and this is actually an ivory brown pastel Siskin hen. Nice wee thing. Lacking all that yellow that's normally on the body of a Siskin. So it's got a whitish background with the brown diluted colour. Nice looking wee thing. What I have out here now, I have all my cocked Siskins will be finished off, and they will molt out in these outdoor flights. But we'll take you around and let you see. Now, this double cage, which eventually I will pull the division out and pull that division out, and then all my cock Siskins will get the run of that big flight cage. And that's where they'll molt out and stay during the winter. So the cock Siskins will be in here, and the reason why this division is still here, there's a pair of redpolls in here, and the hen is currently, I think she's 3 young ones in there. You can just probably see, you just see her tail sticking out of the edge of the nest. So that pair of normal lessers has 3 young ones that are rung. I rung them here. Here's a wee photograph of them. They were rung about 2 days ago. So that's that pair of the last 3 young normal lesser Redpolls for 2025. But anyway, the cock Siskins will get that full row. This boy in here, probably end up, take him out. Now that's the cock Greenfinch that I had this year. I have bred from this year. And I'm pleased to say I have 6. Six lovely young ones from him. Very hard to get, because of the clear perspex on the back, the video isn't showing the actual colour of the bird or what he is. But anyway, beautiful bird, beautiful, beautiful yellow greenfinch. Down at the bottom here, we have a pair of Siskins that has got 2 big young ones that are just out of the nest now. Up out a few days now, but she's down sitting on eggs again. So that's the hen I'm telling you. I'm going to let her go down and rear that last nest. All being well, if the eggs are full this time around. You get a chance at this time of year that the eggs will be blank because the cockbird will be starting to molt. So could go off condition. So you could find that you would get blank eggs very, very quickly. But anyway, we'll take a chance. We'll see how we get on. So there we go. 2 young Siskins in the outdoor flight, David's birdroom. So then once they're reared, I will pull that division, and this is where then I will keep all my young Siskins. That's the wee hen I was telling you about. Oh, she's away. The brown pastel hen. These are all some of my over-year hens and some of my young birds. I didn't have the biggest number of young this year, but I had some lovely ones. That's my yellow brown, my ivory brown pastel. There's a nice yellow normal Siskin cockbird. Look at them, they're in rags. They're not the prettiest looking when they're changing from their baby feathers to their over-year feathers. But say, they will get the run of that full flight cage. Plenty of fresh seed, water. We'll swing it around and let you see what's been happening down this side. Now, need to see Tiny Tim. Look at that. How that little boy survived, I don't know. He's a young one, a nest mate of 5 other young birds. We'll get you this angle. There we have 5. I wonder if I could open the door. Try put the what we have here is young hybrids bred from a native goldfinch cockbird to a brown lesser redpoll hen. So they're goldfinch redpoll hybrids. Little brown, sprickly looking boys, nondescript, don't look like mother nor father. They're actually looking like young goldfinch pits. So hopefully get them molted out. There'll be different looking birds when they molt out. Goldfinch redpoll hybrids. Across here we have 3 young greenfinches from the first round. So lucky enough to have bred bred 6 young greenfinches. That's the first 3. Settling down well. And I think of the possibility of being 3 hens, because they're not showing much of the good bright wing butts yet. They've got yellow wing bars, but very, very light. The mother's got yellow wing bars, but possibly 3 hens. What do you think? So, the second nest will come across. This is the mother. So this is the mother of the greenfinches. So it's one of a pair of greenfinches that I got this year, and I was lucky enough to breed 6 nice young birds from them. There's another 3. So here we have 3 young greenfinches from the second nest, and I'm actually thinking these are 3 young cockbirds. So they're in a big flight cage at the moment, but I'll get them into a smaller cage, get them settled down so they get a good, clean, healthy molt. But good, strong looking young birds. And as you can see, the sort of definite yellow on the wing butts to say, yes, we are cockbirds. Like, you see the definite yellow wing bars? Big, strong, healthy looking birds. So pleased they've got 6 nice young greenfinches on the perch. 2025. Now the tricky bit begins, is getting them through the molt. We'll just keep watching and see what happens. And in here we have a Millie Redpoll hen with 3 young ones. I've took her nest away, but she's been sitting in the feed dish, possibly looking at me laying again, but she missed the cut-off date. We're at the middle of July. I'm not letting her go down for another round. I'm happy that I've got 3 good healthy young ones from her in that round, and I've got 2 from her in the first round. So happy enough. So there's 3 nice young Millie Redpolls, David's birdroom. The flight cage beside the Millie Redpoll cock at the back. There. Now he's the father of the 3 that you've seen in the cage beside, so he's the father of those 3. But he's in don't know if you can see there, the hen. Let's see if it'll focus on there. Hen is in the nest and has young ones hatched. So it's a different hen, same feather, with some probably 2-3 day old chicks in that nest. So we'll let her get down and hopefully get them reared. As I say, the Millie's slower at the start, like she would herself had threw them young ones out first time around. So did the other hen, threw them out. But settle down now and hopefully we'll get them young ones reared. So all in all, I'm really pleased with the results of my native birds here at David's Birdroom. I've got what I was looking for at the beginning of the season. I've got my normal Siskins, colour mutation Siskins. I've got normal lesser Redpolls and colour mutation lesser Redpolls. I've got my normal mealy Redpolls, and for the first year in a long time, good quality normal Greenfinches. So I've got 6 lovely normal Greenfinches on the perch, get them through the molt. And the other section that I have is, I'll be interested to get them coloured up and see how they turn out, is my young hybrids. A nice nest of 5, so we'll see how they go. I would imagine, because they're bred from the lesser Redpoll, they won't really colour up well in their first year, because the lesser Redpoll doesn't really get the red chest until the second year. So a young first year hybrid will have the plain brown body. It might take the blaze of the goldfinch and colour up a bit that way, but it won't have the red chest, so it'll not until the second year that you will know that they're cocks or hens. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. But we'll see. I've never actually bred goldfinch Redpoll hybrids, so we'll see how they colour. I will colour them, see if they get any red in the chest, but I don't think they'll take it until their second year. So actually they will make a better over-year bird than they will a young bird. But we'll get them coloured. All being well, we'll see them on the show bench this year. Now, happy enough. Now I hope all of you out there have bred what you've been looking for, and that selection of birds for you to get them out on the show bench, or even just for your own personal sake, just to have a nice bird to look at in your birdroom. But for now, thank you all for watching here at David's Birdroom. Please subscribe to the channel. It lets me know that you're watching. If you subscribe, then you will get automatic updates of what's happening here at David's Birdroom. It helps my show to grow. So subscribe, give me a like. If you have any comments on this show or any of the past shows, or if you have any questions that you would like to ask, put them down in the comments on below, and I will gladly get back and answer to the best of my ability. But for now, everybody, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.